directions that we should do electoral reforms and so on. The Electoral Commission under Afarijan made a public announcement inviting memoranda from members of the general public about proposals for constitutional reform. We are all Ghanaians. Anybody who has any idea should bring it on board. We are prepared to look at it and see whatever it is worth.
Yeah.
At that time, we, the political parties, were having running a program under IEA, incidentally, chaired by
the now EC chair.
The now EC chair.
Yeah.
And she pushed some of the, reform proposals with our Ghana's political parties program. I have a report here that will indicate to you the type of proposals that were generated from. Look, this is one of the communiques that we issued. And these are all recommendations. Many of them are in the documents that we are presenting now.
Okay.
You understand? There is this thing, what do we call it? The Electoral Commission should be more open and transparent in its relations with political parties and the general public, as well as its discharge of its responsibilities to increase public trust and confidence in the electoral process. This was Jim Mensah participating at that time as a civil society operative, imposing duties on the Electoral Commission.
But that was in 2013.
And these are all signed by, when we talk about consensus building, it means something that has been accepted by all stakeholders.
So
these
from that time to 2020, there hasn't been any improvement?
No, I'm saying that these are, and this is from Electoral from IEA Political Parties Program.
Definitely.
Then after that, the Electoral Commission then invited proposals. So those of us who participated in the IEA program, we submitted this as a proposal from IEA program to Electoral Commission. Other stakeholders, including chiefs, even district officers of the Electoral Commission itself, who felt knowledgeable enough about something that they need, they were free to bring this thing.
Okay.
OD Crows and many civil society, CDDs.
CDD.
So, Electoral Commission compiled all this and then constituted a committee at IPAC. Now look, these are inputs coming from the general population of Ghana. So let us process it. So IPAC sat and we constituted Electoral Reforms Committee. And this is the report of the Reforms Committee. Look at the signatures. Georgina Opokwa Mankwa, chairperson, representing EC, Rebecca Kabukoe Ajalo, representing EC, Asiedu, Nketiah, NDC, Kwabranja Japan, MPP, James Kwabran Virginia, CPP, Mr. Nketiah, YPP, and all those Ransford Dr. Ransford Jampo, IEA, Kwesi Jonah, IDEC, Franklin Odro, CDD, and all the Christian Osu Paris Secretary. So this was the Reform Committee that processed all the proposals, distilled them, and made recommendations as to, which is acceptable with reasoning.
Okay.
And so these proposals were submitted to the Electoral Commission. And the Commission itself went and held meetings, looked at it, and generated what is equivalent to a white paper or whatever. And then came out to tell IPAC that this proposal in this reform thing is acceptable. This one, because of this law and this year, cannot be accepted. And the resource person who moderated all this is now a Supreme Court judge.
Okay.
He's sitting there as a Supreme Court judge. You understand? So this is one of the finest consensual documents that we have agreed upon as to how to develop our electoral system in the immediate, medium, and long term.
So why is the NPP always challenging you on some of the issues?
These are their signatures. I'm saying that these are their signatures. This has to do with honesty and dishonesty. So this thing was presented, and we insisted that every IPAC that we attend, Electoral Commission will report to us the state of implementation of this consensus project.
Okay.
And so Afarijan started implementing some of them. Of course, some of them were administrative reforms. Some of them required changes in law, laws of acts of parliament. Others required constitutional amendments and so on. So Afarijan started implementing. Then he went on retirement. He had gone this far. Then Charlotte also came and continued with the implementation. It is when Madame Jim Mensah and this commission came that they decided to just shelve all these things and started doing things that flew in the face of the consensus positions we have developed. And that is the cause of this problem. And then we kept warning them that we have developed these consensual positions. Let us proceed according to them, otherwise we will run the election into difficulty. People did not understand us. They felt that we were being dictatorial to the commission and so on. So we all went, and the result was an election in which 8 people were killed. And the collation process and all this, I'm not sure anybody is proud about this election. But we cannot reverse the past. So we must make progress. And so we must see how we can get out of this quagmire and restore our democracy to the shining status that it used to be. That is why we put together we put together a committee to look at this. And so many of the things that